what's up, and welcome back to my channel. Now today I'm going to be giving a review for the Sideshow Star Wars Han Solo and Carbonite. Now I have definitely been anticipating picking this one up because of course you know this is based on that major scene in The Empire Strikes Back, kind of towards the end of the film. So I'm definitely looking forward to opening this one up. Now this is the film. I have Empire Strikes Back, which I have on DVD, and this is my favorite Star Wars film, all-time favorite Star Wars movie. Then I also have the complete saga right here on Blu-ray. I'm thinking about getting these like updated too, you know. And I did get to see The Empire Strikes Back 2 times, like in the theater when it was like during a special edition, right, when they were celebrating like the 20th anniversary of Star Wars, like the special editions. That's when I got to see Empire Strikes Back. I saw the special edition one. Then I saw it here recently when they actually had like in the theater doing like this coronavirus thing when they were celebrating the 40th anniversary too. I got to see it a couple of times like in the theaters. But as you can see, this is the box art for it, where the box that contains the Han Solo, and it's large too. I didn't even want to put it on my turntable thing because it's like heavy, you know, and large. I think this is the largest box that I have so far from like Sideshow. You can see the image of the Han Solo and Carbonite, and it does say right there, Star Wars Han Solo and Carbonite, 6 scale. It also has an image of it on the back too as well. So I'm going to just open this on up. So as you see, this kind of Sideshow has this package there. And it says that Sideshow right there. It was taped around it, so what you do is just take this on off. And there is actual stuff on the inside. I want to be careful, I don't want it to fall out so you can see how it looks. I want to start with the actual platform, or I guess you could say stand, that the Carbonite figure goes on. Now, as usual, Sideshow, they give you instructions to how you put these together. So I'm actually have to look through this so I can know exactly, what I'm doing. And I know they call this the carbon chamber base. So I'm gonna see they had this like wrapped in plastic, as you can see right there. Even like this flooring too right here, they have it wrapped in plastic. So I move this plastic to the side. Then I know here's another one that just slides on out. Then what you do is you pull this out the plastic too. And you have like 2 different ways you can do this, which I think is pretty cool. So this way is the carbon chamber. This is actually how it looked at, like on the inside when they were putting the Han in there. But then you have this part here from when they actually like on Cloud City. So I think you just flip this around like this, and there's like a hole in there. Then you just line it on up and just slide it on there, if I'm not mistaken. So let's see if I'm doing it right. Yeah, it just locks right on there, and as you can see. Now this supposedly has like lights in it, and the batteries are already supposedly in it. So I'm guessing it's that right there, that the plastic thing right there, I got to pull that out. Then it's a part cut on, so let's see. Yeah, you do actually see the lights. There's like a button right here in the back. Right there, if you mash that, it actually does cut the light on. Now I can actually make it darker in this, but as you can see, that's how it looks. If I had it like dark in here, it'd be actually brighter. So I think that's a cool feature right there. That's awesome. Now up next, I guess this could have been done afterwards, but what I'm gonna do is actually take this vertical stand. Then you can set this hole right here up there. I'm just gonna stick this right on in there because you will need that to actually attach it to the Carbonite. And it goes in pretty easy. So you see how high it is too. So now let's push that to the side and bring out the Han Solo and Carbonite. And as you can see, this right here is the Han and Carbonite. It's rather large too. So let me see if I can bring it up. I'm going to go and actually measure this too. So you see they had it like in plastic. Now I'm already impressed with this. I already been hearing like the fans be saying that it looks like too plasticky. But I must admit I'm kind of already impressed with this myself. So this is how it actually looks. I actually have to finish assembling it too. And it stands up pretty well too. So you can tell it probably would just stand up, without the vertical stand. So I'm going to measure it. The Han itself is like 13 inches, like a little 13 inches, like the Carbonite. But when you actually combine it with the stand, that actually make it probably about 15, you know. You can see this is the Han and Carbonite. This looks beautiful, I ain't gonna lie. Now I do kind of see, now I actually see it in person, what some of them are actually saying about this. Because when you actually see it in person, it does look like something looks off with the coloring. But I still think they did a pretty good job on this. I like how they had like the fluid or whatever that was coming out of his mouth too. I think that's awesome. The way Han's hands are in here too, even like his clothing, like the sculpting of his clothes inside like the Carbonite. I think that's cool. Even like the foots right there. Then they also have these things right on the side that you actually have to put like buttons in. Even on the side, I think that looks cool. And this is heavy too. It has like some weight to it, you know. I am impressed with this though. I think this is pretty solid. But when I actually see it in person, like I say, you can't notice like the coloring, and it does like something there, like they believe it's like too plastic looking or something like that. But I think it's solid though. It's awesome. These right here are these like button like things, like these things that you actually put in on. And they actually have each of them like wrapped up in plastic. And they all are numbered too. So I'm going to take these on out and show them. And these are the pieces that you can see. You actually have to put in like each slot on the Carbonite. And they are numbered too. Like this where it says 1. You know they say 2. And it goes all the way up to number 7. Each one of them are like numbered. So then you just fill them on up. So I'm going to put that on together. Now what I'm going to do is actually put these on while Han is actually on it, because from what I'm seeing, that is how you actually do this. And I think these really can go in any order, you know. But what you do is take these and you just fill each one of these up. And I think I'm putting this right. I'm not too sure. I think I can turn it around. Now I noticed too with this is you actually have to have it like reversed like this, because that's what you'll see on the outside. Then you just line it on up. Gotta have number 2 right here. And like these are magnetized too. Then you put 3 in too as well. There they actually are like magnetized, and there's 4. So as you can see, I got all of them like filled in. Then what you have to do is turn Han around to this side and finish the other side. Cause it look like 5 will go at the top. But I'm gonna put it down there. Then here's 6. And these are actually, like I say, magnetized too. And there's 7. And the last thing that they give us right here is this lead lighted carbon slab. I think that's what they call it, carbon slab control panel. And as you can see, this already has like the batteries in it. So what I would have to do is pull like this little plastic thing out. And then it should just cut on. I gotta find like the actual button though for it. Yeah, there it is right there. As you can see, it's actually flashing. Now that, I must admit, that is really awesome. That is so cool that you can do that, you know. Like I said, I want to really show how bright it really is, you know, with the light off. But what you would do then is take this, and then you would slide it in up here. And once you have it, that's how it actually it flashes and so on. So I think that's awesome, as you can see. Now, one of the things I think is kind of tricky about this is you actually have to have it turn on before you actually put that the carbon slab in. Control panel, you actually have to have it turned on. You can't turn it on from the outside. Now what I want to do is give a demonstration of how this does look kind of like a dark lit area. As you can see, it does like light up right there too. I didn't even know there's a light right there. Even right there, there's light too. As you can see how it looks. And of course you have like the main one up there at the top. You can see how it really looks like in the dark. I must admit, I am very impressed with this. I think this is beautiful. Now what I want to show is how you can actually have like Han Solo like laying down as if like Boba Fett is actually transporting him to like the Slave One ship, you know, when he's getting ready to take him to Jabba the Hutt. They also give you like this horizontal stand right here where you can actually have the Carbonite itself actually laying down. So what you would do is take this off this magnet. And it is magnetized too, it actually sticks. And I heard about that. I heard some of them say that there's actually a loose. Then you would take this on out right here. And it's amazing how simple it is too, you know. Then what you would do, if you want to, you could slide the floor pan out. It's like the carbon chamber. Then you could flip it around to like with it like inside Bespin, like on Cloud City, so you can have that kind of like floor tile on here. Then another thing too, I know one of these actually slides out too. I don't know how you actually do it. I got to find it. Yeah, if you look right here, you actually have to touch on like this part here, then you have to just slide it on out. It comes right on that pretty easy too. Cause it actually looks like it slides too. Then you would grab it from right there, and you just slide on out. Then you got the actual Bespin for it, see the white light. Then what you would do is take the horizontal stand and you would stick it right up here in this hole. It's amazing how easy it is like to assemble this stuff. Then what you have to actually do with Han is take some of these like metal things out so you can stick them on in. I think you have to do it like this. What I do with mine is take out these right here. Like I take this one, I think that was 3, then 2. So you can see how the light's showing, you know. I think that's how you do it. Then you would stick the stand right on the inside or something. See if I can do it. I'm probably doing this sometimes too, you know. But he does actually go on there, so as you can see, that's how it actually looks. Then you can cut the light on. That's how Han looks. Now this is how he actually looks when the Boba Fett is actually transporting him to like the slave ship. Now that is just awesome to me. Even like the light up feature they have right there, you can set the Bespin like floor lights. I think that's awesome. Or you can say Cloud City. And this right here, I know it's like can turn still too as well, because you know it's supposed to be resembling that it's actually like hovering. Like actual Carbonite, Han and the Carbonite is actually supposed to be like hovering in the air, you know. So I think it's awesome that they gave us this option to be able to actually display the Carbonite like that too. I really think this is awesome. What I wanted to do is actually give a comparison with the Han Solo and Carbonite from Sideshow with Hot Toys Empire Strikes Back Darth Vader figure, just to give you a size comparison of how these actually look by each other. And I think Vader was actually still up around the platform with Han when he was doing this to him. But just giving like a size, like, you know, comparison how these actually kind of look compared to each other. Now if I had Vader on his actual base, like his stand, he would be like the same height as this. Okay, there's the Sideshow Collectibles Star Wars Han Solo and Carbonite 6 scale figure, or you can say stature kind of. I think this is superb, awesome, and this is based on like a scene from my favorite Star Wars film of all time, which is The Empire Strikes Back, or you can say Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back, which I have right there. Also, again, have like the whole first 6 films like on Blu-ray. I actually have all the Star Wars films like on video, except like the Ewok films. But I think this is superb. If you're a fan of The Empire Strikes Back in any kind of form, you must get this rare. I really believe anybody, like any fan, should have this rare. This is like an awesome piece. And I see what some of the people or some of the fans were saying about how the actual Han Solo and Carbonite itself is kind of like plastic, because you can't see it like when you're actually in person. It is something about the color, and you can tell it's like actually like plastic, you know. But I think they did still like do a pretty good job of like the sculpting. I like the light up features, and the batteries are included too. They already had the batteries in. That's another thing I think is just awesome. And this is definitely an amazing, like, and superb showcase, I think, to have like on display, just to have on display. And I think you can't always leave the lights on, because if they go out, you know, this take the batteries out. But I probably have mine like turned off. And I like that the Sideshow also gives you like a choice where you actually can have like Han, like the Carbonite actually laying down, like it's like levitating, like hovering, like when Boba Fett is taken to like the Slave One ship, like a Slave One ship when he's getting ready to take it to Jabba the Hutt. So I think it's cool that we also have that option to do that too as well. You even can change out the flooring. So I think this is really amazing. This actually is much better than I thought, you know, and I'm glad I actually did pick this on up. And I know this was actually released, I think, like years ago, and I'm just not actually picking it up, you know. So yeah, this is the Sideshow Collectibles Star Wars Han Solo and Carbonite 6 scale figure. I would definitely recommend picking this up. Please leave a comment and subscribe too as well. Dun, 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 dun.